Silvia Pinal, a name that resonates with elegance, passion, and the very essence of Mexican cinema, has left an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. An actress whose career spanned over 7 decades, she was not just a star but a symbol of resilience and artistic brilliance. Born on September 12, 1931 in Guaymas, Sonora, Mexico, Silvia's journey to stardom began with a dream and an unmatched talent that would make her one of the most celebrated figures in Latin American cinema. She started her acting career in the 1940s, captivating audiences with her charm and versatility. But it was her collaborations with legendary director Luis Buñuel that cemented her status as an international icon. In films like Viridiana and El Ángel Exterminador, Silvia Pinal's performances were groundbreaking in ways that not only challenged societal norms, but also helped redefine the boundaries of filmmaking, solidifying her place as one of the most iconic figures in world cinema. Her work in these films transcended the typical roles offered to actresses at the time and elevated Mexican cinema to international acclaim. Pinal's roles were not merely performances but rather profound acts of artistic expression that reflected her ability to confront complex societal themes and explore the depths of human emotion. Through her incredible versatility, Silvia Pinal became a trailblazer in Latin American cinema, a pioneer whose influence would resonate across generations of filmmakers and actors. Released in 1961, Viridiana marked a turning point in Silvia Pinal's career, establishing her as an internationally recognized actress. Directed by the controversial Spanish filmmaker Luis Buñuel, the film tells the story of a young nun, Viridiana, who is sent on a charitable mission only to find herself caught in a web of moral and social upheaval. Pinal's portrayal of Viridiana was nothing short of transformative. She brought depth to a character caught between innocence and the painful realizations of a corrupt and broken world. Silvia's performance was quiet yet powerful, capturing the vulnerability and idealism of a woman who set out to help others, only to face the harsh realities of human nature. The role required a delicate balance of sincerity and emotional complexity, qualities Pinal brought to life effortlessly. What made Pinal's performance in Viridiana so groundbreaking was not just her ability to embody the character's internal conflict, but also her capacity to challenge the very notion of piety and charity. The film's controversial themes, such as the questioning of religion and the hypocrisy of the social order, were radical for the time, and Pinal's portrayal of Viridiana was central to the film's critique of societal norms. In portraying a character who begins with the utmost faith and then faces a world that seems to tear her apart, Pinal invited audiences to examine their own assumptions about morality, religion, and human behavior. This willingness to dive into such a controversial role was emblematic of Pinal's fearless approach to her craft, and it set her apart from many actresses of her generation. Viridiana was not only a critical success, but also won the prestigious Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival in 1961. However, its provocative content led to it being banned in Spain for its critique of the Catholic Church, further highlighting the courage Pinal exhibited in taking on such a bold role. Her performance became emblematic of the social and artistic revolution taking place in global cinema, one that questioned authority, defied traditional values, and reflected the growing political and cultural unrest of the time. For Pinal, working with Buñuel was a chance to collaborate with a director whose vision challenged the status quo and pushed the limits of what cinema could achieve. The success of Viridiana also demonstrated that Mexican cinema had the ability to compete with and even surpass European cinema in terms of artistry and thematic complexity. Not long after Viridiana, Pinal collaborated with Buñuel once again in El Ángel Exterminador, 1962, another film that would go on to become one of the most significant works in Mexican cinema history. In El Ángel Exterminador, Pinal played the role of Silvia, one of a group of aristocratic guests who find themselves inexplicably trapped inside a room after a dinner party. The situation becomes increasingly bizarre as the guests, unable to leave, begin to lose their societal composure, descending into madness and moral decay. The film is a biting commentary on the fragility of social structures and the thin veneer of civility that separates human beings from chaos. In this surreal, nightmarish scenario, Pinal's performance was pivotal in communicating the psychological unraveling of her character. Silvia's journey in El Ángel Exterminator was not one of outward action, but rather an internal descent into existential crisis. Pinal's portrayal of Silvia showcased her extraordinary ability to convey the gradual deterioration of her character's sense of self, as the lines between the social roles her character was supposed to play and her own survival instincts began to blur. The contrast between her poised, elegant exterior and the madness that surrounded her revealed Pinal's talent for navigating both the sublime and the absurd with equal grace. Her ability to shift from controlled elegance to raw vulnerability in response to the growing chaos around her was a testament to her immense skill as an actress. What made El Ángel Exterminador so revolutionary was not only its surrealist elements, but also the way it used the boundaries of narrative to explore deep social and psychological themes. Pinal's role was central to this exploration, as she was forced to confront the disintegration of the societal roles that defined her identity. The film, which captured the absurdity of class structure and social conformity, was a subversive commentary on the fragility of social norms, and Pinal's performance was a key element in conveying this message. She was not merely an actor playing a role, she was a conduit for Buñuel's vision of a world on the brink of collapse. El Ángel Exterminador also showcased Pinal's remarkable ability to work within the surreal and the abstract, taking on a role that was less about character development and more about the thematic exploration of human behavior under pressure. Her ability to make this surreal narrative feel deeply personal and emotionally charged was one of the reasons why the film became so influential. It was a performance that invited viewers to reflect on their own relationships with societal norms and their place within them. Pinal, through her role as Silvia, demonstrated the power of film as a medium for self-reflection and intellectual engagement. Beyond their cinematic brilliance, the impact of these films on the global stage cannot be overstated. Viridiana and El Ángel Exterminador played crucial roles in bringing Mexican cinema to the forefront of the global film industry. Both films received widespread international attention and were lauded for their thematic complexity and artistry. Through her collaborations with Buñuel, Pinal helped establish Mexican cinema as a force to be reckoned with, offering a unique perspective that was distinctly Latin American yet universal in its appeal. Her performances not only brought attention to Mexican cinema, but also raised the profile of Latin American filmmakers and actors on the world stage. Silvia Pinal was one of the first Latin American actresses to break through international barriers, and her success opened the door for future generations of Latin American talent to follow in her footsteps. As a result of her groundbreaking work in films like Viridiana and El Ángel Exterminador, Silvia Pinal became more than just an actress. She became a symbol of artistic courage, a trailblazer for Latin American cinema, and an icon whose influence would be felt for decades to come. Through her roles, she showed that cinema could be a vehicle for challenging societal norms, questioning power structures, and exploring the human experience in all its complexity. Silvia Pinal's legacy continues to inspire filmmakers and actors worldwide, proving that cinema has the power to shape culture, challenge conventions, and spark change. Beyond her extraordinary film career, Silvia Pinal's influence and impact on Mexican entertainment extended significantly into television and theater. Known for her remarkable versatility as an actress, she seamlessly transitioned across various media, carving out new spaces for herself and becoming a trailblazer in every domain she entered. While her performances on the silver screen remain iconic, her work on television and stage further cemented her as a multifaceted cultural icon. Her remarkable variety show, Mujer, Quesos de la Vida Real, stands as one of the defining moments of her career and a reflection of her ability to engage with pressing social issues while captivating millions of viewers. Mujer, Quesos de la Vida Real was one of the most influential television programs of its time, airing from 1985 to 1996. This groundbreaking show was a unique fusion of drama, reality, and social commentary, where each episode focused on real-life issues, personal struggles, and moral dilemmas. Silvia Pinal's role as the host and producer of the show allowed her to use her immense popularity and platform to address societal concerns that were often overlooked by mainstream media. The series focused on real-life women's experiences, ranging from stories of domestic violence and infidelity to the challenges of motherhood and personal empowerment. These narratives resonated deeply with viewers, as they reflected the struggles and triumphs of everyday people, making the show a cultural phenomenon. The impact of Mujer, Quesos de la Vida Real was profound, as it broke new ground in the Mexican television landscape. At a time when television was often dominated by lighter entertainment, Silvia Pinal's willingness to tackle serious social issues was revolutionary. She not only presented the stories of women in distress, but also empowered them by bringing their voices into the public sphere. The show gave a platform for stories of resilience, courage, and survival, offering audiences a new perspective on the challenges women face, both in their personal lives and within society at large. Silvia's role as a compassionate and understanding host enabled her to connect deeply with her audience, especially women, and became a space for public dialogue on the difficulties they encountered. The show's success also demonstrated Pinal's extraordinary ability to transition from the glamorous, larger-than-life roles she played in films to a more intimate, down-to-earth persona that resonated with ordinary people. She was able to break the barrier between the celebrity world and everyday life, allowing her audience to see a different side of her, one that was empathetic, engaged, and deeply invested in social justice. Through her hosting role, Pinal became more than just an actress. She became a voice for the voiceless, amplifying the struggles of marginalized communities and offering solace and understanding to those who tuned in each week. In addition to her work on Mujer, Casos de la Vida Real, Silvia Pinal made her mark on the stage as well, contributing to the cultural and theatrical landscape of Mexico. Her involvement in theater dates back to her early years, and she quickly became one of the most respected figures in Mexican theater. Silvia's theater work was marked by her ability to play a wide range of characters, demonstrating the same depth and versatility she displayed in film and television. Her performances on stage were lauded for their emotional depth, precision, and the way she could bring the complexities of a character to life. Whether performing in classical works or more contemporary pieces, Pinal's presence on stage was always magnetic. One of her most notable achievements in theater was her role in the Mexican production of The King and I, 1961, where she starred as Ana Leonowens, a role that allowed her to demonstrate her musical talents as well as her dramatic prowess. This stage production was a major success and helped solidify Pinal's reputation as a theater actress, capable of holding her own alongside her film and television work. Her ability to bring out the emotional nuances of her character, while commanding the stage with her powerful presence, was something that audiences and critics alike found compelling. This was just one example of how Silvia Pinal was not confined to any single medium. She was a true artist, able to excel across a variety of platforms and genres. In addition to The King and I, Pinal also starred in several other theatrical productions, including works by renowned playwrights such as William Shakespeare and Federico Garcia Lorca. Her versatility allowed her to move between dramatic roles, musical theater, and comedy, with each performance revealing a new dimension of her acting abilities. Silvia's commitment to the theater and her dedication to her craft made her one of Mexico's most beloved stage performers. She not only brought star power to the theater but also infused each role with the depth and authenticity that made her one of the most respected figures in the performing arts. As a producer, Silvia Pinal also made significant contributions to the entertainment world, not only in television and film but also in theater. She played an instrumental role in bringing innovative projects to life, proving that her talent and vision extended far beyond the screen and stage. Her ability to recognize talent and support new creative endeavors helped shape the entertainment landscape in Mexico, fostering a sense of cultural pride and artistic excellence. In 1985, she produced the highly successful stage musical Viva la Fiesta, a tribute to the vibrant Mexican culture and traditions, which became an instant hit. This production showcased her understanding of both the artistic and commercial sides of the industry, as it resonated with audiences and celebrated Mexico's rich cultural heritage. Pinal's role as a producer extended into her work in television as well, where she was responsible for curating and managing Mujer Casos de la Vida Real and several other programs. As a producer, Silvia demonstrated an innate ability to bring together creative teams, manage large-scale productions, and ensure that each project reached its full potential. Her behind-the-scenes work in television allowed her to remain an influential figure in the industry, even as her on-screen appearances became less frequent in later years. Her ability to shift between the roles of performer and producer underscored her broad vision for entertainment. Silvia Pinal's leadership in the creation of content that was both culturally significant and emotionally resonant helped cement her legacy as one of the most influential figures in the Mexican entertainment industry. Through her various roles, whether on screen, on stage, or behind the scenes, Pinal always prioritized creating art that spoke to the heart of the audience, often tackling issues that were personal, difficult, and reflective of the times in which she worked. Silvia Pinal's legacy as a trailblazer in Mexican television and theater is one that will continue to inspire future generations of actors, producers, and artists across the world. Her work went beyond the traditional boundaries of entertainment, proving that art could be a powerful tool for change, a medium for conversation, and a means to connect with people on a deeply personal level. Through her performances, her shows, and her production efforts, Pinal has left an indelible mark on the cultural fabric of Mexico, shaping the entertainment industry into what it is today and ensuring that her contributions will never be forgotten. But Silvia Pinal's story was not just about professional triumphs. She was a devoted mother, raising a family that has also made its mark on the entertainment industry. Her daughters, including the talented Alejandra Guzman, carried forward her legacy, making the Pinal name synonymous with artistic excellence. Even as she aged gracefully, Silvia remained a beloved figure, admired for her wit, wisdom, and unwavering love for her craft. Fans across the world continued to celebrate her, not just as an actress, but as a cultural icon who embodied the spirit of Mexico. Today, as we remember Silvia Pinal, we honor a life dedicated to art, storytelling, and breaking barriers. She was more than a performer. She was a visionary, a muse, and an inspiration to all who dreamed of changing the world through creativity. Silvia Pinal may no longer be with us, but her legacy will forever shine brightly. Through her films, her contributions to the arts, and the countless lives she touched, she remains an eternal symbol of passion and grace.